When you want to succeed as bad as you want to breathe, then you'll be successful. And the reason I say it is because you can go 30 days without eating and survive. You can go 3-4 days without water, but you can't go without air. Once you lose that air, breathe that into your brain dead. So you only get a couple minutes of not breathing and you can lose your entire life. So that's why I don't say when you want to succeed as bad as you want to eat or when you want to succeed as bad as you want water. I say when you want to succeed as bad as you want to breathe, then and only then will you be successful. We ain't taking nobody's life. We putting kids through school. We connecting people with people so they can get interns and get opportunities. That's what happened when you confident. You're not jealous of nobody. You ain't got to hate on nobody. But when you're not confident, you're a dangerous person. Malcolm said the greatest person you should fear in life is the person that ain't got nothing to live for. Malcolm said, don't be in the alley with somebody that ain't got nothing to live for because they'll take your life too because they don't care about their own. Last one, ask. Who do I need to become in order to execute? Do me a favor. Greatest challenge sometimes we have is we're afraid to ask. Most humiliating time of my life was being an African-American man in Michigan State University, a classroom that was, let's just say, homogeneous for a boy coming from Detroit. I remember being in there, don't know what's going on. I was scared to ask. Some professional black people pulled me to the side and said, worst thing you could do is think that you're going to be dumb. You're actually dumb by not asking. Raise your hand, look stupid, and don't be stupid afterwards. Let your pride and your ego go. And I did it. And it felt good after the third time asking. I started becoming like a guru at asking. And I started figuring out how to actually ask something. But because before I didn't really know how to ask, I would say it and you couldn't answer me because I didn't even know how to ask. And I became an expert at learning how to ask. Then I started reading my professor's books. I didn't even know they had books. And I would come to class and ask questions from their book. In your book about pedagogy, chapter 3, you mentioned centralization versus decentralization. When you said decentralization, it was specifically what were you referring to? And give me an example of it. My man pulled me to the side. You read my book? I was like, yeah, I read your book. No, you read? Of course I read your book. My grade went from a 2.5 to a 4.0. Now listen to what I'm saying. Some of you in this room, you think it's weak to ask. It's actually weak not to ask. Last one, ask. I don't want to go here, but it said ask and you shall seek, knock. Simple. It's right there in the word. But you can't get what you don't ask for. I leave you. The giants of the past were great, but we need giants of the present. We need giants of the present. We need Malcolms of the present, Martins of the present, Family Lou of the present, Garvey of the present, Carter G. Woodson of the present, W.E.B. Du Bois of the present. Come on. So I realized I got a lot of work to do. That was the day everything clicked for me because of my history. And it was like, it's showtime, bro. You old Martin, you old Malcolm. They did not take us this far for us to go backwards. They took us this far so I can get a PhD, so I could write a book, so I could travel the world. So that's what woke me up that day. And you won't defeat me was not about you won't defeat me. It was like the good and the bad Eric. The other Eric is the one who's always destroyed me. It's never been nobody out there. It's been this Eric with some of the stupid, dumb stuff he'd be doing. And so I went against him and said, you won't defeat me. That spirit that has traveled from generation to generation, my uncles, my father, you will not destroy me. So that's who I was talking to myself. But I said, if you want to be a diamond, you got to go through what a diamond goes through. That's pressure, that's extreme heat, and then it's got to get cut. So most of us fall out either the pressure too much, the heat too much, or we don't want to get cut. But to get to a certain level, you got to go through all that to get to where you are.
What up, what up, what up? It's your boy E.T. Flight Assessment 2.0. Look, I love the assessment so much that it took me to a whole nother level. Like I'm telling y'all think I've always been here. I promise you, there was a time I was lost. I'm just being real. There was a time that I was just shooting. I didn't know what to aim for. Like I didn't know. And so I wasn't making the money I'm making now. I didn't know, y'all. I had a gift, but I didn't really know what the gift was. I didn't know how to use it. I remember struggles in my marriage because I didn't know who I was, struggling with my kids. So the flight assessment was phenomenal because it changed my life. It gave me a sense of clarity that I never had before. Like it showed me my value, and it showed me like how to market my value, how to understand my value, how to sell my value, like how to put a price tag on what I was worth. I didn't know before. I was watching other videos, watching other people, mimicking other people, trying to do what other people were doing. It didn't work, y'all. And then boom, this assessment showed me me. Now I'm gonna be honest, while I love the assessment, it was on some PhD stuff. Like it was like an advanced degree. So I took the flight assessment 2.0 and simplified it for you. Flight assessment now is a pilot, a flight attendant, a ground crew, air traffic control. Like I simplified it with symbols and words that you can understand so that you can immediately take it and boom, and do something with it. You're going to be able to use it immediately. You're gonna figure out who you are, why you tick, what you do, and then you're gonna be able to, boom, take who you are and what you do and put it in the marketplace and make money. Listen to me very closely. Not only are you gonna figure out who you are, you're gonna figure out who everybody around you is, and guess what? You're gonna slow life down. You're gonna slow the game down, and you're gonna be able to do and be and have stuff you've never had before. So do me a favor, listen to me. In 15 minutes, your whole life is gonna change. Like I revamped the whole thing. I made the investment. I studied this thing for 5-6 years. I studied you. I got it, y'all. I got it. It's gonna take 15 minutes. And in 15 minutes, you gonna know you like you've never known you before. You gonna have resources. You gonna have the people that's gonna be able to help you. You're gonna be able to go, be, do, have everything you've ever dreamed of. You're gonna speak with clarity. You're gonna move with clarity. You're gonna think with clarity. You're gonna write with clarity. And that clarity is gonna open up doors that you never imagined that could be open. Are you hearing me? So I went from a YouTube sensation to the #1 motivational speaker in the world. So I want you to do me a favor. Act right now. Don't think, don't overthink, right? Make the investment. Don't spend no money, make the investment. You're gonna get your money back. Click the button, register, sign up, and do me a favor, bro. I promise you when you do, after that 15 minutes, you are about to make the rest of your life the best in your life. It's your boy E.T. The flight assessment has revolutionized my life and my family's life and my family's coming life. Let it revolutionize you and your family to come.